sport, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm on my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, all the boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And very good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to Stan Schaefer Field here at the Collinsville Sports Complex. We have a little Kahok softball action coming up for you today. We have a couple of games actually coming up for you today. First game here is going to be against Alton, and the second game is going to be against Kahok. In between that, we will celebrate senior night with the two players and the team manager, the three seniors that are going to be graduating this Saturday over at Collinsville High School. My name is Todd Dukes, and we welcome you into today's pregame show brought to you by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, great service, all served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. 605 North Main Street in Caseyville is where you will find LC's Pub, and you can give them a call for carry-out orders if you are so inclined. Good way to have some dinner and not have to cook, right? LC's Pub, 618-855-9007. Well, the Canucks come into this contest with an overall record of 5-17. They are 2-8 in Southwestern Conference play under their second-year head coach Amy Flowers, who now has a record of 13-36. Alton, they come in at 7-23. They are 3-7 overall, and they also have a second-year head coach. That would be Alyssa Mayer, and she now has a record of 14 wins and 45 losses. Well, the Lady Canucks were looking to string together multiple wins for the first time this year as the season enters the final week before playoffs get underway 1 week from tomorrow. After a 20-6 win at Granite City on April the 23rd, the rains of spring came and wiped out the next couple of games for Collinsville. Lady Canucks got back to work with back-to-back Southwestern Conference games that didn't go so well with a 10-0 loss at O'Fallon on April the 29th and a 19-0 home loss to Edwardsville on the last day of April. After another rainout at Dupo last week, Collinsville went to East St. Louis this past Thursday, came away with a 16-1 win over the Flyers. Freshman pitcher Aubrey Bordoni registered 14 strikeouts in that game and eclipsed the 100 strikeout plateau for the season. and left that contest with 104 strikeouts on the year thus far. Collinsville scored in all 5 innings of the Mercy Rule shortened contest, scoring 5 runs in the first 3 innings before adding 6 in the 4th, 5 more in the 5th. Bordoni, along with freshman Ava Munez and junior Ali Viloff, all hit home runs in that win. Munez is third, and second for both Bordoni and Viloff. Freshman McKenna Trice went 3 for 5 with a double and a triple with 3 runs batted in. Collinsville lost, by the way, at Alton 8-4 back on April the 2nd. Well, since the win over Collinsville in that early April game, Alton has gone 4-15 after a 15-3 win at Father McGivney on April the 8th. The Lady Redbirds dropped 5 in a row, including 2 in Southwestern Conference play to both Belleville Public Schools. Alton snapped that 5-game skid with a 21-0 win at home at home over Granite City, and then proceeded to drop their next 7 games by dropping a doubleheader versus Quincy to start that skid, and it ended with a 14-0 loss versus Edwardsville. The Lady Redbirds then won back-to-back games, 12-0 at East St. Louis and 16-1 versus Metro East Lutheran. Alton comes into this game having dropped their last 2 games, both on the road, a 4-3 loss at Jacksonville and a 2-1 9-inning loss at Belleville West, this past Thursday. Collinsville will take on Belleville East in 8 days at Belleville East as the playoff schedules have all been released. That would be the first regional semifinal. Alton will also travel to Belleville East for their regional semifinal. That will be against Belleville West. Collinsville will play their game next Tuesday. Alton will square off against Belleville West next Wednesday. All right, I told you we had a senior manager on the team, so we went ahead and took the time to interview her as well. Her name is Maddie Kingen, and my interview with one of the Collinsville Lady Kahok team managers for softball will be coming your way after we take a time out here on the LC's Pub pregame show on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Mike and Sarah's Produce in Collinsville is a one-stop destination for seasonal fruits, vegetables, and more. Located at 116 North Bluff Road, Mike and Sarah's Produce features fresh selections of your favorite fruits and veggies, from cherries, peaches, and watermelons to corn, tomatoes, and zucchini. You can find all of your produce needs at Mike and Sarah's. Seasonal favorites such as pumpkins in the fall, summer peaches, spring asparagus, and more. Plus, Mike and Sarah's Produce is a go-to in the spring for flowered plants, hanging baskets, and a large selection of fresh seafood. Mike and Sarah's Produce, 116 North Bluff Road in Collinsville. Stop by today. Looking for something to get your student involved in? Maybe joining the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team is that something. Created in 2017, the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team has joined a long line of area schools in one of the fastest growing and safest sports in the country. Trap shooting is a fun, team-oriented outdoor sport that offers friendship, competition, and teamwork, all in a safe and fun environment that encourages students to be part of a team in which they will learn valuable skills and are encouraged to engage in community involvement through volunteering and mentoring. If Collinsville Trap sounds like something your student would be interested in, call Collinsville Trap at 618 795 9893 or visit Collinsville Kahok Trap on Facebook. 618 795 9893. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joel Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022. The choices you make to celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. We want to be back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Been a while since we've done some softball games, so why not do two? Your Collinsville Lady Cavs are ready to take on the Alton Redbirds in game one and the Cahokia Lady Comanches in game number two. Everybody trying to make up games because of all the rain that we have. And we are going to wrap up our softball senior interviews with a non-player. That would be Maddie King, and she is the senior Kahok softball team manager. I think I got all that right. Oh, yeah, all right, Maddie, tell me what that entails. What is your job with the softball team?
Sometimes I do like I forget what it's called, but the paper game. You know how they do it on Game Changer, like that. Or I usually do walk-up songs. And for tonight, I AI'd everyone a walk-up song.
I don't have a walk-up song. Never mind, I'm not playing. All right, let's get to know you a little bit better. Tell me about your family, the parents, any brothers or sisters you have, and don't leave out the pets.
I have my mom, my dad, and my biggest supporter, which is my grandpa. And then I have an older brother and my dog, Renly.
Dog is Renly.
She is a Merrill bully.
Oh, we're bully.
Yeah,
She's probably sweet, though, right?
she is. She's very smart.
All right, tell me, how did you get started in this business of being a team manager for the softball team?
So I work full time at a daycare in Edwardsville, and I didn't play last year because I was working too, so I wouldn't have been able to take off. So this like balances both. I get to do both at the same time. Spend my senior year with my friends, and then I also get to work and get that money.
Did you, this is your first year doing this team manager thing?
Yeah,
What did you do before that? Have you played in any sports?
yeah. I played. My freshman sophomore year on the softball team, and then I've played soccer too.
All right. All right. Let's get to know you a little bit better by the favorite things category. Are you ready?
Yes.
Favorite sweet snack?
Oh, maybe. Oh wait, probably Sour Patch Kids, but the blue ones.
I get that all the time, but nobody's ever said just the blue ones. All right. Favorite salty snack?
Definitely. Ooh, that's a good one too. The lime Lay's chips.
I don't know how you guys eat that stuff. All right. Favorite meal? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Dinner.
What is for dinner and who cooks that dinner for you?
My dad. And it's usually some type of like steak, pork steak, or like hamburgers or something.
So definitely grilling.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. We do that too. All right. Restaurant. What is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Taco Bell.
What is your favorite sit down restaurant?
Texas Roadhouse.
Awesome. Good stuff there. Both good choices. Music genre. What is your favorite type of music to listen to?
I listen to everything, and everyone says that, but I literally you can put on any song from any genre and I'll listen to it. Like I'm not picky at all.
Okay, that's good. Do you have an absolute favorite?
Probably country, maybe.
Looks like a country girl. All right. Do you have a favorite group or a favorite artist in the world of country music?
Mm, no, but I am a big fan of Cody Johnson and Jason Aldean.
Right. School stuff now. What is your, let's go with favorite class in high school?
My favorite class in high school was probably math, but I also like English and anything arts. I took ceramics and I absolutely enjoyed that.
All right. So what was your least favorite class that you took in high school?
Anything science related.
Right my alley right there too. All right. So what do you like to do for fun in the summertime when there's no school, there's no softball going on? What does Maddie King like to do for fun?
I like to hang out with my friends. I like to work. I work 40 hours a week in the summer and it's my favorite thing to do. I just hang out with them and we do summer fun. So we have like foam days and water days and it's so much fun. It's my favorite thing to do.
I'm used to it. Make it really well too. All right. You're going to graduate Saturday. How about that? So what does the future hold for Maddie King and what are you doing next?
I am majoring in early childhood education. I'm starting at SWIC and then I'll go to a 4 year. And then eventually, after I get a job in the district, I'll probably start for my master's.
So you want to be a teacher.
Yes.
What do you want to teach and how young are the kids do you want to teach?
I would teach any grade, but because with the vocational schools at Collinsville, I was able to already start in early childhood. So probably kindergarten, first grade, or second grade. But my degree goes all the way down to infants, which I would also do.
Thus the daycare thing. All right, shout out time for you. Who out there in the wide world would you like to say hi to right now?
Um, my family in Pennsylvania and anyone, like any of my families and friends, probably.
Eddie Kingdom, thanks. It's been nice to get to know you. Good luck in your future and have a blast out there today. You got 2 games to deal with.
I do. Wish me luck.
I already did. All right, Eddie King, the one of the team managers here for your Lady Kahok softball team. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw both starting lineups your way and some stats, all that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all local area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with Tim Carlisle, Jim Cason, Logan Carlisle, and Caleb Tanzius play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event, or call to book that event at 618 401 0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618 401 0052. That's 618 401 0052. Save On Liquor and Wine in Collinsville is much more than what's in their name. Of course, Save On Liquor and Wine has liquor and wine, from brand names to specialty brands. Plus, they have gas, cigars, fountain drinks, coffee, craft beers, and other sundries and snacks. Plus, everything Save On Liquor and Wine has to offer comes served by a friendly, attentive, helpful, and polite staff that will go out of their way to serve you that special something for every taste. Make sure you check out Save On Liquor and Wine's new location at 6100 Center Grove Road in Edwardsville. Save On Liquor and Wine in Collinsville, 809 St. Louis Road, or call 618-344-1638. Save On Liquor and Wine, something for every taste. Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for Veterans in Need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
And we welcome you back here to Stan Schaefer Field at the Collinsville Sports Complex. My name is Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us. We are about ready to go here between Collinsville and Alton. That'll be followed up by Senior Day festivities, which we will bring you. And then that will be followed by another game, and that will be against Cahokia. But right now, It's all about Alton, and here is their starting lineup. They'll lead things off with Lily Hinkhouse. She'll bat first and play shortstop. The catcher, Lacey Fisher, bats second. Izzy Hernandez will bat third and play first base. And the cleanup spot is Mackenzie Rayfield. She will play left field. Sophia Hannikin will bat fifth and play second base. Batting sixth is Gabby Gonzalez, who will hold down duties at the hot corner. Kinley Muscarella will take the pitching duties today and bat seventh. Sydney Moore is the designated player. And Ella Buellman will bat ninth and play. Where did I put her? In center field. Okay, that's the only one I didn't write down. See, I have the same problem over there that Mr. Scott Randall did. Center field. And the first player, that's who Sydney Moore will be batting for, will be Maddie Gaunt, and she will play in right field. We'll give you Collinsville's lineup when they come to the plate, but right now we can tell you their defensive lineup. We'll start from left to right in the outfield. Audrey Lowenstein will be playing left field. Ava Muniz in center field. Ali Vila is in right field, and around the horn from third to first, you have Aubrey Bordoni at third base. Faith Fairchild is at shortstop. Presley Thomas at second base. Lily Parlberg is on first base. McKenna Trice is behind the place. And in the circle, it is Peyton Smith, who comes in with a 1-5 record and a 4.92 earned run average. She has 34 strikeouts to go along with 30 walks on the year. And this is her 16th appearance in the circle at some point here in the season. Lily Haythouse will lead things off. Lily comes in batting 402. She has one triple, one double, and the rest are all base hits. And as far as the RBI, 12 RBIs, 33 hits, 12 RBIs, and that first pitch is foul. What are you looking for? I have no idea. Clay Smith is going to take over the scoreboard duties here if he can find the remote. Usually it's sitting on that table right there. Could be. Here's another pitch, and that one's bunted foul. So in an 0-2 hole is Lily Hinkhouse. And that's the way that this one gets started. This is the first game that I've done this year where the wind is not blowing out. It is blowing straight into the press box. Not particularly strong, but still, you can feel it every once in a while. There's a shot to the shortstop, and that is Faith Fairchild. She's up with it and over to first for out number one, and that's how we get started.
Next up,
one away.
26, Lacey Fisher.
And that'll bring up Lacey Fisher. Fisher, the catcher. Somebody has it. There you go. Now you're relieved of your duties there, Mr. Smith. Lacey Fisher batting 338 on the year. No power numbers. Well, she has 7 doubles. I printed these off of Max Preps, and they put them in different categories than they do on the STL today. So give me some time to get used to them. 19 runs batted in on the year for Lacey Fisher to go along with her 25 hits, 7 of those, as I mentioned, doubles. She bats from the right side. And the first pitch, or the second pitch, is right down the middle for strike one, 2-1. Or excuse me, 0-2 is the count. 1 out, no one on. We're in the top of the first inning. It's going to be a long day here. This game against Alton, of course, is a Southwestern Conference game. And then a non-conference game against the Lady Comanches of Cahokia. Scheduled for a 5:45 start. Pretty much depends on how quickly this game goes. They're going to try to start the senior ceremonies right at 5:30. So hour and a half is what they're pretty much given this game. But, you know, baseball and softball is one of those sports that's not ran by a clock. 2-2 the count to Lacey Fisher. Izzy Hernandez waiting on deck. As Smith checks the wristband for the pitch call and brings home the 2-2. Swinging a high pop fly. This one staying on the infield. Presley Thomas has it at second base for out number 2.
First baseman, number 15, Izzy Hernandez.
Here's Izzy Hernandez, the first baseman. Hernandez on the year batting 222. She has 1 triple, 3 doubles to go along with her 16 hits, and she has 10 runs batted in. And according to the stats on Max Preps, the Alton Redbirds do not have a home run this year. Let's hope that remains the same before we all are all said and done here with this one. Nice strike there by Peyton Smith. Peyton, another one of the fabulous freshmen that we have on this year's team. There's a swing and a shot past the glove of Bordoni, and that becomes the first base hit of the afternoon, and it belongs to Izzy Hernandez. So Hernandez will be on with 2 outs.
Mackenzie Rayfield.
And here is Mackenzie Rayfield. Rayfield plays left field. Kind of fitting, don't you think? And Rayfield comes in batting 185. She has 4 runs batted in, and all of her hits have been singles, 12 of them. First pitch misses from Smith. Smith ready for another one. I know you probably can't see it because of the fencing, but they do have number 6 and number 16 out there for our 2 seniors. There's a little toss over by Presley Thomas to Faith Fairchild, and that means that Hernandez is out 4-6, and that's going to do it for the first inning. Nothing across the plate, 1 hit, and a runner left on base. And that's going to do it for the top of the first inning. And the bottom of the first will bring Collinsville up to the plate for the first time. And we'll tell you all about that when we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahawk games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332.
All right, we welcome you back. Ava Muniz will lead things off here for Collinsville in their half of the first, and Muniz comes in batting 222. She leads the team in home runs with 3. Picked up her 3rd one against East St. Louis last week, and the first pitch she sees is a strike, and that would be against Kinley Muscarella. Muscarella on the year is 4-13 with a 5.02 earned run average. She has 68 strikeouts to go along with 47 walks, and she is making her 20th appearance of the year for Alton. We'll tell you the defense here for the Alton Redbirds right after this next pitch from Muscarella, and it's right into the first baseman's gloves. That's Izzy Hernandez, so let's start there. Izzy Hernandez is at first base. Sophia Hannikin is at second base. Lily Hankhouse is at shortstop. Gabby Gonzalez is at third. In the outfield from left to right, Mackenzie Rayfield in left. Ella Buellman in center. Maddie Gaunt is in right field, and we told you about Muscarella in the circle, and she will be pitching to the catcher, Casey Fisher. So 3 unassisted for out number 1. Here is Ava Demetrulius. Demetrulius on the year batting 326. She has 4 runs batted in and no power number. So she's looking for her first extra base hit of the year, as that one is outside. It's a beautiful day for some baseball, though, that's for sure. A little bit of a breeze, not a cloud in the sky. Swing and a miss by Demetrulius, and it's 2-1 on Ava. We got Ava's at the top of the order. Ava Muniz and Ava Demetrulius. McKenna Trice waits on deck for Collinsville. Next pitch by Muscarella is up high, 3-1. Collinsville has not won 2 games in a row this year, so they're trying to do that here today after their last game was that 16-1 win against East St. Louis on Thursday. Next pitch by Muscarella is inside and low. There's a walk, and that's a start.
Catching number 10.
Here's McKenna Trice. Trice on the year is batting, where is she? Batting 310. She has 1 home run, a triple, 4 doubles, mix along her 18 hits, and 12 runs batted in. Looks at the first pitch strike. So Collinsville has a runner on first. That is Demetrius. Demetrius has stolen 5 bases on the year, been caught once. That one's high and outside. Snap throw down to first base, and back in there just in time was Demetrius. Brandon Henson coaching in the first base box. Amy Flowers coaching down the third base line. And Trice swings and misses, and the runner goes. No throw by the catcher, so a uncontested stolen base for Demetrius. And Trice is up there, down in the count, 0-2. Next pitch by Muscarella. Swinging a pop fly. This one's going to stay in the park. And Muscarella calls for it just in foul territory across the third baseline for out number 2.
Third baseman number 14, Aubrey Bordoni.
There's Aubrey Bordoni. Aubrey had one of those 3 home runs against East St. Louis last week. She now has 2 on the year. Comes in batting 286. She has 2s all across the way. 2 home runs, 2 triples, 2 doubles. 9 runs batted in. Pitch. Swings at a high one. Swung right through it. 0-1. Temperatures right around 75, 76 degrees today. It's going to get warmer. A little bit warmer tomorrow before some more rain moves in tomorrow night. And then by the time we get to the latter part of the week, we're looking at highs in the 80s, the mid 80s. I believe Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we'll start to warm up a bit. After last week, we had a little bit of a chill snap, if you will. Tuesday and Wednesday. Had to put the heat on. There's a swing and a foul ball that's going to go out of play off to the right. And we'll do it all over again. 0-2 to Aubrey Bordoni, batting in the cleanup spot today. And the pitch for Muscarella, up high. Bluff throw there by Lacey Fisher down to second base. Neither Hinkhouse or Hannikin were anywhere close to the bag, so it was wise for her to hold on to that ball. Tell you what, Ella Buellman is playing shallow in center field. You can hit one over her head. Be running for days. There's a swing and a foul over the box here. Nice day for folks to be out taking in some Kahok softball. And here comes the 1-2. That one's high and inside. Ball 2. That'll even things out at 2-2. Little breeze coming in the press box here. You can hear over the microphone. It'll pick up every once in a while. And a 2-2 pitch. Swing and another pop fly. This one's going to go foul off to the right side of the press box here. And Muscarella checks out her wristband for the next call. And here comes another 2-2. That one's just a little bit high and outside. Good take there by Bordoni. Demetrius at second base. So a scoring opportunity here for Bordoni. Muscarella ready with the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Bordoni. So a strikeout and a walk in the inning for Muscarella, but the walk didn't hurt her as Demetrius was stranded down at second base. That'll send us to the top of the second inning, and we'll be back to tell you all about it when we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, And finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Welcome back to the Collinsville Sports Complex. Todd Duke here with you. By myself today, that's because the Lady Kahok soccer team is also playing at home, and it is their senior night as well. So Zach Roseman will be streaming that game on the Kahok Broadcast Club Student Network on YouTube, and Chris Kettler, of course, when there's a home game at the stadium, he has to operate the scoreboard. So I'll be up here by myself for both games. Mackenzie Rayfield will lead things off here for Alton. Comes in batting 185. She has 4 runs batted in. All of her hits have been singles as well, 12 of them. And she looks at one down low and inside, ball 1. So 2 senior day celebrations. This is the 3rd time for the softball team. 3rd time's the charm, right? Previous 2 scheduled senior day festivities were both rained out. And that's why we have 2 games today. The Kahok game was rained out earlier in the year as well. So 2 rainouts scheduled on this day. Just to get a bunch of them in. This is the last week for Kahok softball. They will close out things in the regular season on Friday with a home game here against Triad. There's a pop fly just into the outfield grass, into the glove of Faith Fairchild, and there's one away.
Except third baseman, number 6, Gabby Gonzalez.
So the last 2 of the senior nights. Volleyball has already done theirs. Baseball has already done theirs. Softball will do theirs here today, and the soccer team will do theirs tonight. Track and field also did theirs Saturday at the end of the big Kahok Invitational track and field meet. That was a fun day. Chatham Glenwood knocking off Edwardsville. Edwardsville had won that event 4 years in a row, but Chatham Glenwood came in and took over first place. Matter of fact, Edwardsville finished in second or third place behind Belleville East, who finished in second. 2-0 the count to Gabby Gonzalez, and there's another play by Faith Fairchild. I was chatting so much I didn't give you the information on Gabby Gonzalez. Gonzalez came in batting 286 with a triple. 6 doubles to go along with her 20 hits, 7 runs batted in. And here is Tinley Muscarella, the pitcher, not picture, pitcher, 222. She's batting on the years. Also no power numbers. She has 4 hits, all of them singles, and 3 runs batted in on the year. 2 away. Top of the second, no score between Collinsville and Alton. Next pitch by Smith is a floater that stays high, and that'll even the count at 1-1. Sydney Moore, the designated player, waiting on deck. Smith, ready to go. That one's right down the middle. 2-1. I was looking at the scoreboard. It said 1-1, and it just changed on me to 2-1. A little uniform maintenance there. As Muscarella digs in that right batter's box, it's seeing a little bit of action there. That one's a swing, and it's going to go foul before Lauenstein could get there. So just a long strike. That'll even things out at 2-2. Muscarella back in there from the right side. Nobody on, top of the second, 2 outs. And the pitch by Smith is in the dirt. 3-2. Some of the signage hanging up in the outfield out there, man, they've been victimized by the wind. It's been a very windy spring. 3-2 pitch by Smith to Muscarella on the way. Well, that one's high and outside. There's a walk. A walk in each inning so far for Smith. Or excuse me, a walk and a hit. Never mind.
Next up, designated player number 4.
So runner on first, and here is the designated player, Sydney Moore. Moore on the year, batting 125. She has a triple, and everything else has been singles, and she has 3 runs batted in. Smith pitches, swinging a shot back to Smith into the glove, and that's the way that the top of the second comes to a close. A little looper liner, I guess you can call it, for out number 3. So that means that Ella Buellman, the 9th hitter for, bottom of the second. There we go. That means she'll lead off in the top of the third. But right now we got to worry about the bottom of the second, and we'll do that after we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting collinsvillefoundation.com.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Stan Schaefer Field at the Collinsville Sports Complex. If you've never been out here, all kinds of baseball and softball diamonds out here. And then all the way back behind the press box is the football field where the Collinsville Raiders play. I think there's a problem going on with Kinley Muscarella. She had some white tape on her wrist, and the umpire made her get rid of it. So that's what the little bit of a delay is. We were already going to be delayed a little bit because Muscarella was on the base, and they didn't courtesy run for her, so she had to come back to the dugout and get ready to pitch, and then the umpire stopped her and made her take off that white tape around her wrist.
Leading up the inning for the Kahawks, right fielder number 18.
Allie Vila will lead things off here for Collinsville in the home half of the second. Vila on the year batting .256. She has 2 home runs, a triple, and 4 runs batted in as she fouls one back to the screen. So 0-1 to Vila. It'll be Vila, Parlberg, and Smith here in the home half of the second. If anyone can get on, Faith Fairchild will have a chance to bat. Muscarella is ready and pitches inside, ball 1. That'll even things out at 1-1. This is one of those picture-perfect days, man. Temperatures in the mid-70s, a little bit of a breeze, not a cloud in the sky. 1-1 pitch is just a little bit high. Other than that, it probably would have been over the outside corner. 2-1 to Allie Vila. And the pitch by Muscarella, swinging a foul ball back to the screen again. That'll even things out at 2-2. Kahawks wearing their powder purple jerseys with the white trousers. Got the dark purple stirrup style socks on. They have Kahawks written across the fronts of their jerseys, and the numbers on the fronts and the backs are in white, trimmed in a little bit of purple. Next pitch, that's a strike on the outside corner, and Vila Caught looking at a called third strike. Back to back strikeouts for Muscarella. At the final out of the first inning against Bordoni. And here is Lily Parlberg. Parlberg batting 176 on the year. She has a home run as well. 3 doubles, 5 runs batted in. Pitched by Muscarella. Stays high, ball 1. Alton's out there. They have the charcoal gray trousers on, red jerseys. Numbers on the fronts and the back. No discernible logo on the front. They have the word Redbirds written across their numbers in the backs of their jerseys, and those numbers are black, trimmed in a little bit of white. Next pitch by Muscarella to Parlberg. That one's a little bit too low, 2-1. 3-0, excuse me. 3-0. Peyton Smith waits on deck. She's hoping Lily can get on in front of her, give her a chance to move something around here, and there's one high and outside. That is a 4-pitch walk to Lily Parlberg.
Pitcher number 25.
That's the second walk issued by Muscarella, and here comes the opposing pitcher, Peyton Smith. Peyton on the year batting 122. A couple of runs batted in. All of her hits have been singles. That would be 5. And Parlberg goes, or she started to go, and then a foul ball back to the screen. Parlberg has 2 stolen bases on the year. She has not been caught yet. Collinsville as a team has 51 stolen bases and been caught 13 times. Pitch, swing and a miss. That was a good cut there by Smith. Just couldn't catch up to the fastball. 0-2. Faith Fairchild waits on deck. Muscarella ready with the 0-2. And Peyton was trying to protect, and that ball ended up bouncing off the ground, and that allowed Parlberg to take second base. First wild pitch of the afternoon, and here comes Faith Fairchild. So 3 strikeouts for the last 3 outs for Muscarella. Fairchild on the year batting 143 as a double. Everything else has been singles. Oh and 1 to Faith Fairchild, the number 9 hitter for Collinsville. Presley Thomas waits on deck. Here's Muscarella's next pitch. High and inside. Ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Fairchild. One of those seniors that'll be recognized here in between games. Jazz Gomez the other. And of course, Maddie Kingen. You can't see it because the screen's in the way, but they have the big MK in the grass in the outfield to represent Maddie's initials. That was a foul out of play over the press box here. 2-2 now the count. Next pitch to Fairchild, called strike. So she struck out the side, did Musgrave. 2 looking, 1 swinging, and another runner stranded for Collinsville. 3 strikeouts on the afternoon now for Muscarella. That will send us to the top of the 3rd inning, and we'll be back to tell you all about Alton's next at bat when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. All Fluffed Up Grooming Salon in Caseyville is your go-to place to get that pampered treatment for your fur baby. All Fluffed Up offers one-on-one grooming sessions by skilled and professional groomers, focusing on a stress-free and fear-free experience for both pup and pup parent. Owned and operated by former Kahok Jenny Eves, All Fluffed Up in Caseyville offers nail trimming, ear cleanings, bathing, and fur trimming, as well as full cuts. All Fluffed Up Grooming Salon in Caseyville, 16 East Reynolds Street. Call Jenny Eves for an appointment at 618-855-8533. Mobile grooming coming soon. That's All Fluffed Up in Caseyville, 618-855-8533.
Looking for some unique food options, super cold drinks, and a fun atmosphere with an attentive staff? Look no further than Hurricanes Bar and Grill in Collinsville. Owned and operated by former Kahok State soccer champ Tim Johnson, Hurricanes has been one of the area's great meeting places for fun, food, live sports and music, and video gaming. Daily specials like Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, and Fish Fridays. Hurricanes will tackle those hunger pains. Hurricanes is always open during all of Uptown Collinsville's Main Street festivals. Hurricanes is the place to satisfy your hunger and thirst needs. Hurricanes Bar and Grill, 222 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call for carryout orders at 618-345-0846. 618-345-0846.
We're in the third inning. Both of these teams will have their number 9 hitters to lead off. Ella Buellman will get that started here for Alton. Presley Thomas will, of course, have to wait till the bottom of the third. Buellman, she comes in batting .316. She has a triple, 10 runs batted in. First pitch was a strike. Next one misses the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And then we go back to the top of the order. And Lily Hinkhouse, she waits on deck. Smith ready. Pitch, swinging a high pop fly. That would be Eva Munez, and she dropped the ball in center field. Normally, she's pretty sure-handed out there, but that's going to be an error.
Next up, shortstop number 24, Lily Hinkpow.
So Buellman is on at first, on the error. And back to the top of the order as mentioned. Here's Lily Hinkhouse, who grounded out to Faith Fairchild in the first inning. There's a bunt to third base, and Bordoni can't pick it up. That's going to be 2 errors, and they're going to get the runner caught up in between second and third. She runs out of the baseline. That's an automatic out, and then a throw down to second while all that was happening. And
Next up, catcher number 26, Lacey Fisher.
Hinkhouse will reach on an error. That's 2 errors now in the inning for Collinsville. But they did erase one of those. And a swing and a foul ball. So runner at second base. That is Lily Hinkhouse. And Lacey Fisher, who popped up to Presley Thomas, her first time up, stands up there. I think Bordoni just didn't watch that go into her glove. She was looking up, seeing what kind of play she could make to see if Buellman was going to be worthy of getting the out at second base. And that's all it takes. 1 split second, you take your eye off the ball. And it turns into an error. 0-2 the count now to Fisher. And the pitch, swinging a foul ball out of play. That one goes over next to the outfield fence where the JV team usually plays. No JV games today, either against Alton or Cahokia. So this is a varsity-only day. And the next pitch, that one's high. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Smith would like a strikeout here, that's for sure. Smith ready with the 1-2. Here it comes. Swinging a chance for Bordoni, but that one goes right past her glove. Down third base, and that means that Hinkhouse is going to score. And we no longer have a scoreless game. 1-0 in favor of Alton.
Next up, first baseman number 15, Izzy Hernandez.
And all the way down to second base on the throw in went Fisher. RBI base hit. Second hit of the day for Alton. And here is Izzy Hernandez, who singled her first time up, but was erased on a 4-6 fielder's choice put out off of the bat of the on-deck batter, Mackenzie Rayfield. So 1 out, 1 run home. Collinsville trying to keep it to just that 1 run. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a fly ball out to the outfield and on the move and making the catch is Audrey Lauenstein. So that'll help. And that'll bring up Mackenzie Rayfield with 1 on and 2 away.
Mackenzie Rayfield.
Rayfield, as I mentioned, rounded to Presley Thomas. And Thomas then tossed it over to Fairchild for the force out. Or did I get that backwards? I wrote it down 4-6, but if I'm trying to remember correctly, I think it went 6-4. At any rate, it was a ground out or a force out. Oh, 1-0 pitch. That's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Mackenzie Rayfield. Lacey Fisher, the catcher, on at second base. Smith looks at the wristband for the next called pitch. And the 1-1 on the way. Outside, ball 2. Smith ready to go with another. That one's a little bit too high, 3-1. Rayfield thought about it for a second. Smith rocks back and forth, brings home the 3-1, swing and a miss. Full count. Would love to get a strikeout here. Smith does not have one yet. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a little shot right back to Smith, and she throws over to first base in time for the out. But 1 run does come across. And we now go to the bottom half of the third. Collinsville has a run to make up, and we'll see if they can do that when their next at bat comes your way next after we take a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
Well, the number 9 hitter led things off for Alton in that top of the third, and the same thing here in the bottom of the third with Presley Thomas, the only player that has not batted yet in the starting rosters, starting lineups. And Presley comes in batting .273. She has a home run, 3 doubles, and 2 runs batted in as she looks at one on the inside corner for a called strike. Then we go back to the top of the order. And Ava Munoz, who is on deck, followed by Ava Demetrius. If anyone can get on, McKenna Trice will have a chance to bat. We're in the third, 1-0 in favor of Alton. Pitch. That one's low and inside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Four strikeouts on the afternoon already for Muscarella. She struck out the side in the second inning, also issued a walk in that inning, but Parlberg was stranded. That one stays high. Collinsville looking for their first hit. Will Presley Thomas pick that up? Swing, and there it is right there. You speak it, and it happens. Base it out to right field. And the Kahawks lead off. Runner is on. And the Kahawks pick up their first hit. And here is Ava Muniz. Muniz, as I mentioned earlier, leads the team in home runs with 3. One of those right now would be nice. Wind still blowing in, but not gusting too much. So it's a little slight breeze. See if Ava can get a hold of one here from the left side and hit the scoreboard with it. How about that? Ava, as Presley Thomas stole second base. Second stolen base on the afternoon for Collinsville, and for Thomas, that is her 10th stolen base on the year. She's been caught only once. Muniz, a little bitty line pop-up, if you will, back to Muscarella. There's a shot at the shortstop, and that goes off the end of her glove. She's going to turn around and throw to third, but it's not force out. She couldn't apply the tag. And Thomas is into third base. Muniz will reach on the fielder's choice. I think that Lily Hankhouse had plenty of time to pick that ball up and still throw out Nunez at first, but when it went off the tip of her glove, she decided to turn around and take the shorter throw over to third, but third baseman Gabby Gonzalez did not apply a tag. So runners on first and third here for Collinsville, and Ava Demetrius with a chance for an RBI and a throw down to third. But while that was happening, Muniz takes second base. We will not call that a stolen base, although I guess we could, couldn't we? She was stealing, and the catcher Fisher just decided to throw down to third in case Thomas had any ideas of trying to score on the throw. So a 2 RBI opportunity here for Ava Demetrius, who stole second, and was stranded back in the first. And the pitch, swinging a foul ball back here. Even though I have a screen in front of me and a window in front of me, that one made me jump because it was coming right at me. Just one of those reactions you have. You see it all the time on Major League Baseball games when somebody fouls one back to the screen. The people right behind home plate jump. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and another chance for the shortstop into her glove. Had a hard time getting it out of his glove. And that allowed Presley Thomas to come home and score. So Demetrius picks up an RBI on the 6-3 putout. And Muniz is over to third. And most importantly, we are tied 1-1. Here is McKenna Trice, who popped up into foul territory to Muscarella. There's a swing and a foul over my head. So Demetrius got herself an RBI. Almost for a minute there, I thought Hinkhouse was just going to eat that ball after she couldn't get it out of her glove. There's a strike on the inside corner. Quickly 0-2 to McKenna Trice. Runner just 60 feet away for a possible go-ahead run here for Collinsville. Trice waits the pitch from Muscarella, swinging a fly ball out to center field. Making the catch was Buellman, but tagging up from third base and taking the lead for Collinsville is Ava Muniz. And the Kahawks flip the script. And now Collinsville leads by a score of 2-1. So back-to-back RBIs. Both productive outs by Demetrius on a grounder and Trice on a sacrifice fly ball to center field. And there's a swing and a high pop fly, and not going to be able to get there in time is Maddie Gaunt. So Bordoni will pick up a hit. Second hit of the inning for Collinsville. 2 away, runner on first, and here is Allie Viliff, who was a strikeout victim in her first time up. She got caught looking at a third strike to lead off the second inning. All 3 outs recorded in that inning by Muscarella were strikeouts. 2 looking, 1 swinging. Quickly 0-2 to Viliff. Muscarella pitches, and the runner steals, and out at second base was Bordoni. I thought for a minute there that she slid underneath that tag, but that was not the case. And that means that Allie Viliff will lead off the 4th inning when Collinsville comes up to the plate. But we head now to the top of the fourth inning, and Collinsville has taken the lead. They lead the Alton Lady Redbirds by a score of 2-1. We're back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
Sophia Hinken leads off with a first pitch called strike from Peyton Smith. Be the middle of the order here in the top of the fourth inning for Alton. And Hinken will foul one away. Quickly 0-2. Sophia popped up to Faith Fairchild in her first at bat. Faith at shortstop today. Pitch by Smith. Swinging a grounder to Bordoni right into her glove. The throw is well over the head of Lily Parlberg. And unfortunately, Bordoni commits her second error in this game. That's the third error of the game for Collinsville.
Next up, third baseman number 6, Gabby Gonzalez.
That'll bring up Gabby Gonzalez with a runner on at first base. The error led to the only run last inning for Alton. And a bunt perfectly right on the money at first base, and that will send Hannikin over to third as she took second on the overthrow.
Next up, pitcher number 3, Kenley Muscarella.
And here is the pitcher, Kenley Muscarella, with one out and looking for something that will tie this game up. Muscarella walked and was stranded. And the pitch by Smith, swing and a miss, took a little something off of that one, and Muscarella was well out in front. Sydney Moore waiting on deck. Muscarella up there looking to drive in a run. 0-1 pitch from Smith. Forthcoming. And here it is. Swinging a shot right back to Smith. And she picks it up, throws over to first in time for the out. It didn't go far enough for Hannikin to try to score. So Smith avoids a hairy moment there. And there are two away with a runner at third. So Sydney Moore, the designated player who lined out to Smith in her first at bat. More of a soft liner, but still a liner. And the pitch is outside. Nice job by Trice to save that one. Hannikin has 16 stolen bases on the year. She's been caught twice. I'm sure she's not trying to think about stealing home, but anything that would get by the catcher would allow her to take that opportunity. 2 away, 2-0 the count to Sydney Moore. Pitch right down the middle. 2-1. Smith ready with another delivery. Here it comes. Swinging a fly ball down the line. Lowenstein on the move, but couldn't get it. Was in foul territory, though, so just a long strike. That'll run the count to 2-2. Audrey almost got there. So we'll do it all over again. 2-2, 2 outs, 1 runner at third, and the pitch by Smith. Inside, full count. Smith would like a strikeout to get out of this inning with no damage done. Here's the pitch. High. Walked her. Second walk issued by Smith. Still looking for that first strikeout. Now runners on the corners. And Ella Buellman doesn't have to wait till the next inning to get a bat like she did to lead off the third. She reached on an error and then was out on a 5-6-5 pickoff play, and that one is not in time to second base. And during the throw, Hannikin has a chance to come home and score, and we are now tied. And the pitch, swing and a miss by Buellman. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to her. Another run comes home after an error, so far the 2 runs scored are both unearned. Swing and a chance. Nope, that's going to go underneath the glove of Presley Thomas. Rounding third base and heading home is Sydney Moore, and she'll be there with no problem at all. And after Collinsville took a 2-1 lead in the third inning, Alton comes back and takes a 3-2 lead here in the fourth.
For 24, William Hinkhouse.
Now 3 runs on 3 hits for Alton, and back to the top of the order. And there's a fly ball lifted out to Audrey Bordoni, and it had a wind-aided kind of a slant to it, and she couldn't quite get there. And so Hinkhouse with an RBI double.
Catcher, number 26.
And now it's 4-2 in favor of Alton. And Lacey Fisher, who is 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a single and an RBI and a pop-up. Got that lone RBI in the third. Swinging a high pop fly. That one is going to blow out of play. Just another long strike, 0-1. The walk to Sydney Moore hurt too. There is Smith. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Smith. And the ball gets away. Down to third base will go Hinkhouse. And the 2-1 pitch from Peyton Smith is on the way. Swing and a miss. That'll even things out at 2-2. Already 3 runs home here in this inning. You would like to strand Hinkhouse down at third base if you're Collinsville. And the 2-2. Swinging a chance for Bordoni. She gloves it. And this time her throw is true, and that is the final out of the inning. But in the inning, 2 hits and an error produced 3 runs. And Alton now takes a 4-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Collinsville trying to make another comeback here, and we'll tell you if they can accomplish that feat when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Once again, we welcome you back here to the Collinsville Sports Complex. 4-2 now in favor of Alton. 1 run by Alton in the 3rd and 3 more in the top of the 4th. And Collinsville will look to strike back here in the home half, and they will do that with Allie Vileff leading off. The right fielder was a strikeout victim her first time up. She was up to the plate in the bottom of the 3rd inning, but Aubrey Bordoni got caught stealing. That ended the inning. So Vileff will lead off here. It'll be Vileff, Parlberg, and Smith. And the pitch up high, ball 1. Senior Day festivities will follow this game in between this game and the Cahokia game. Swing and a miss by Vileff. I asked earlier, Mike, you guys going to give me a few minutes in between games? I'm going to have to get both lineups for the next game and change things out on the YouTube channel and the scoreboard and everything. I have been assured that there will be a few minutes before that gets underway. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Allie Vileff, the right fielder for Collinsville. Facing Kinley Muscarella, and a swing and a little fly ball to center field that'll drop in there for a base hit.
Next up, first baseman number 20.
And Vileff will reach first base with the 3rd hit of the afternoon for Collinsville. And here is Lily Parlberg, who walked. Made it to second on a wild pitch, but then was stranded. That was the inning that Muscarella struck out the side. The only blemish for her in that inning was the walk to Parlberg. And that pitch outside, the runner goes, and that one's going to skip into the outfield. So safe with a stolen base is Allie Vileff. Vileff, that's her 8th stolen base on the year. She has been caught 3 times. Collinsville's 4th stolen base on the afternoon. So a chance to get one of those back here. We'll see if Parlberg can oblige. Here's the pitch. Bunt. And that one's dead and right in front of home plate. And then Muscarella throws it away. And that is going to allow Vileff to score. So errors, man, errors will kill you in this game. Collinsville already knows that firsthand. That's the first error of the game issued by Alton. Collinsville does indeed get one of those back. Still nobody out. And here is Peyton Smith, who was a strikeout victim when Muscarella struck out the side in the 2nd. That was a perfect bunt. And another bunt attempt there by Smith, but that one goes foul. Trying to move that tying run over to 3rd and let Faith Fairchild have a chance to tie things up here. Muscarella delivers another. And that's a bunt down the third baseline. That's going to do the job. Over to first base for Gabby Gonzalez at third. Play goes 5-3 on the sacrifice bunt. And that moves Parlberg over to third into most definite scoring position here for Faith Fairchild, who was the third and final strikeout by Muscarella in that second inning. And the pitch. That one's inside. Ball one. Faith Fairchild. Muscarella ready with another, and here it comes. Hopped up. It's going to stay in play. First baseman calls for it. Catcher says, I'll take it. And Lacey Fisher does exactly that.
Second baseman, number 5, Presley Thomas.
That becomes out number 2. So it's up to Presley Thomas to bring home the tying run in the form of Lily Parlberg. Thomas got the first base hit of the game for Collinsville, then came around to score in that 2-run third inning. And the first pitch to Thomas is outside. Ball one. Next pitch. Swing, and that is a base hit, and we are tied. I thought for a moment that Maddie Gaunt was going to be able to get there, but she did not. Presley Thomas picks up an RBI base hit that scores Parlberg. And back to the top of the order, and Ava Muniz. Oh, wrong one. 4-4. Muscarella pitches outside. Runner goes. Throw is in time for the out. That's the second inning in a row that the runner from first has been caught stealing. 2-6 on the putout. And that means Ava Muniz will lead things off when we head to the top of the fifth, which we will do next in a 4-4 game. And we're back after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
We love to have you come work for the city of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the city of Collinsville.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Izzy Hernandez will lead things off here in the top of the fifth with a swing and a chance for Bordoni. She scoops it and throws in time for out number one. One pitch, one out.
Left fielder, number 9.
That'll bring up Mackenzie Rayfield, the left fielder. Rayfield. Fielder's choice and a ground out today. Grounded out back to Peyton Smith back in the third. There's a strike. Rayfield awaits the 1-1 from Smith. Swing and a pop foul. This one's going to just barely get over the backstop here. And now Smith ahead in the count 1-2 with Sophia Hannikin waiting on deck. Pitch by Smith, and that one's outside. 2-2. Smith once again looks at her wristband card information, throws one inside, and now it's 3-2. Collinsville lost at Alton earlier this year 8-4, so they've matched their 4 runs from that game. Here's the 3-2 pitch outside. Another walk. Third walk issued on the game for Peyton Smith. Sophia Hannikin comes up to the plate. Reached on an error and scored back in the fourth. Popped up to Faith Fairchild at shortstop back in the second. First pitch misses. I didn't even think about the angle of the sun this time of year. Normally we're not here for 2 games. I don't think I've ever done a doubleheader from here. So that sun's going to wreak some havoc. There's a throw down to first base, but back in there before the sweeping tag by Parlberg was Rayfield. Two and 0 the count. Smith ready outside. Can't find the strike zone right now. Smith looks at that wristband once again, has the sign, and here it comes. That one's inside too. So a 4-pitch walk to Hennigan will put runners on first and second now. Collinsville just tied this thing up in the bottom of the fourth. And now threatening to let things kind of get away. 1 out here. That's the good news. So a force out at any bag. Double play is in order. Collinsville has turned 4 double plays on the year. Alton has turned 21 double plays this year. When I saw that on the stat sheet, I'm like, whoa, that's pretty good. That'll get you out of a lot of jams. Smith trying to settle down here and throw a strike. That one's outside and high. Good snag there by McKenna Trice. We will not have a post-game show following this game because we have another game coming up, so we'll do a post-game show at the end of the Cahokia game. That'll free us up a little bit more time to get things ready for that Cahokia game and the Senior Day festivities. First 2 have missed. Smith having a little trouble finding the strike zone. Here's the 2-0. That one's a strike. There you go. Next one. Ooh, where was that? Ooh. Another walk. Fifth walk by Peyton Smith, and 3 of them have come here in this inning, and that will load the bases. And that's going to do it for Smith as Bordoni will come in to pitch, and she's got a bases loaded jam with 1 out situation staring her right in the face. And we'll be back to give you the pitching numbers on Bordoni when we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878. Back here at the Collinsville Sports Complex, Aubrey Bordoni will come in and take over the pitching duties from Peyton Smith. Smith will stay in the game and play first base, and Lily Parlberg will move from first base to third base. And Bordoni trying to stop the bleeding here as she comes into a bases loaded 1 out situation and has to face the opposing pitcher, Muscarella. And that was a nice snag there by McKenna Trice, or that would have been back to the screen and we would have been in trouble. Bordoni with 14 strikeouts in the game against East St. Louis this past Thursday. Eclipsed the 100 strikeout mark. That one's a called strike. And comes into tonight's game with 104 strikeouts to go along with 63 walks, 6.27 earned run average, and 63 2/3 of an innings pitched so far. Bordoni ready with a 1-1. Here it is. Inside and high. Two and one the count. Pitch by Bordoni, swinging a foul ball. Oh, man, skipping the rope over there was Sydney Moore, the on-deck batter. She had to jump out of the way of that one. 2-2. Bordoni ready once again. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a chance for that double play. Scooped up, through the home. Number 1, that's all they're going to get. Well, that was a nice play by Faith Fairchild. So Muscarella reaches on the fielder's choice. Rayfield is out 6-2 for out number 2. Bases remain loaded. And now it's going to be up to Sydney Moore. Moore has lined out, walked, and scored in this game. Bordoni brings it. Ooh. That had some speed and some pop to it, but apparently it was just a little bit too low. Bases full of Redbirds. Here's the 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Talked to Coach Flowers when we were both up here in the press box when I first got here. She said she was saving Bordoni for Thursday's home game against Belleville West. We will have that game for you, too. But she's pressed into use here. I believe that Mackenzie Waligorski is set to start the game against Cahokia. 3-0, nowhere to put her. Need a strike. Ball 4. Walked in the go-ahead run.
center fielder, number 13, Ella Buellman.
That run belongs to Peyton Smith. Base is still loaded, and here is the number 9 hitter in the order, Ella Buellman. Buellman has reached on an error and singled in a run and then came around to score herself in that 3-run 4th inning, and that one's a strike. Bordoni trying to get out of this inning with no further damage done. Collinsville will have to go back to work again to take the lead. Swinging a foul ball back over near the on-deck area. And it's quickly 0-2 to Ella Buellman with the on-deck batter. That would be Lily Hinkhouse back to the top of the order. Waiting to bat next, Collinsville would like to keep it to a leadoff in the 5th, or the 6th, excuse me. Swinging another foul ball. Still 0-2 the count to Ella Buellman. Bordoni ready. Ooh, 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 ooh. Where was that? Must have been low. Looked right over the plate from here. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Bordoni ready with the bases still loaded. On the inside corner, called strike 3. First strikeout of Alton players here in this game for Collinsville pitching. But a run comes across. No base hits, 3 walks, and a fielder's choice. Or excuse me, 4 walks and a fielder's choice. And that's how Alton takes the 5-4 lead. We will head to the bottom half of the 5th, see if Collinsville can get that one back. Every time Alton scored, Collinsville has responded. So we're going to hope they can do that here, and we'll tell you if they do or not when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Eva Munoz will lead things off as Presley Thomas was caught stealing to end the 4th inning, and while Ava was up at the plate, so called strike on the outside corner to Ava. She has grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice and came around to score in that 2-run 3rd inning. Collinsville trails by a run here, 5-4. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The lefty, Ava Muniz, steps in against Muscarella. Here's the pitch, swinging a base hit up the middle. Munoz on base for the 2nd time here this afternoon. Ava Julius comes up to the plate with a chance to move a runner over. Collinsville's 5th base hit on the afternoon. Demetrius has a walk and a ground out. That ground out produced a run, though, so it was a very productive ground out. Muscarella ready to go. There goes the runner. Throw down to second base is not in time, and in there safely is Ava Muniz, excuse me. 5th stolen base on the afternoon for Collinsville. And an RBI opportunity for Demetrius. If she can do that, we'd be tied up once again. Pitch by Muscarella. Outside, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. In 4 years, I'm going to have so many seniors to interview from this freshman team that it's not even going to be funny. I'll have to do the same thing I'm doing this year with baseball and volleyball. I'll have to double dip on the senior interviews, one for the pregame, one for the postgame. I have volleyball tomorrow, and I got 2 more interviews to do in that one. Next pitch. Swing and a line drive to center field, but that falls in. And they're going to go ahead and hold. They shouldn't have. Oh, boy. Dead ball. They're going to go ahead and allow it. They're going to allow Munoz to score as that ball was thrown away.
Next up, catcher number 10.
But Presley Thomas will not get credit for the RBI because Munoz came home on a dead ball. But I don't know. The umpires are talking about it now. Oh, they're going to go ahead and give Thomas third. So the 6th base hit of the afternoon produces a run for Collinsville. And we are now tied 5-5. And now head coach Alyssa Mayer wants to get an explanation. I'm guessing she's not liking the explanation thus far. Wesley Thomas scores. Ava Munoz does not. I wrote it down wrong on my scoreboard, on my score sheet. I did give her the base hit, but she is not going to collect the RBI because the run came home on a dead ball. Because the initial plan was for Coach Flowers to stop her at third base, but the umpire awarded her home on the dead ball. So therefore, no RBI by Munoz. But nevertheless, the run scores, and we are tied 5-5. And I guess Alyssa Mayer was satisfied with the explanation from the umpire and then went out to visit her girls in the circle. So a runner at third, no one out, and a chance for Collinsville to take the lead here if McKenna Trice can oblige. I don't even know why I even had Presley Thomas on there. So Muniz does score. Demetrius is at first or third. And there's a fly ball. That's going to tie, or that's going to give Collinsville the lead, I think. Yep, it pops right off of the mitt of Lacey Fisher. And McKenna Trice.
Next up,
another productive out. And that allows Demetrius to score. And Collinsville takes the lead 6-5. One out now. That'll bring up Aubrey Bordoni. Bordoni has singled and struck out in this game. She also got caught stealing to end an inning. Here's the pitch, right down the middle. That'll even things out at 1-1. So nobody on, one out. Collinsville back up front, 6-5. Muscarella ready with the 1-1. Here it comes. Swinging a pop fly. This one's going to get on top of the press box. Nice try over there, Scott Randall. Didn't even have a glove on. Bordoni awaits the 1-2 for Muscarella. Here it is, swinging a pop-up. This one's going to get out of play as well, right behind, well, right to the right of the press box. I still do not see Cahokia here, and you would think that for a game that's scheduled to start in 20 minutes, they would be here. There's no windows behind me, so I can't see the parking lot, but there's a high fly ball. On the move is the second baseman, and that is caught by Hennigan for out number 2.
Next up, shortstop, number 18.
Here's Ali Vilef now, with the bases empty and 2 away. Ali has a strikeout, a single, and a run scored in this game, plus a stolen base. Collinsville with 5 stolen bases here today. And the pitch is right down the middle for a called strike to Ali Vilef. I can see out the windows in front of me, though, and I don't remember seeing a school bus pulling in, but then again, I'm paying attention to other things. Swing and a miss by Vilef. Bottom of the 5th, Collinsville up 6-5. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and down on strikes is Ali Vilef. Well, not yet. It was a foul ball. Lee Parlberg waits on deck. Here's another 0-2. Swinging a shot off of the glove of Muscarella. Everyone's going to be safe. Of course, the only one is Vilef.
Right fielder number 20, Lily.
So Lily Parlberg will come to the plate with a runner on at first base, 2 away. Parlberg on the afternoon has walked and reached on an error and came around to score in that 2-run 4th inning when she did reach on an error. So far, 2 runs home here in the bottom of the 5th. So Collinsville scored 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. So far, 2 here in the 5th. Pitch outside, and it squeaks under the legs of Lacey Fisher, and that allows Vilef to go to second base on a passed ball. And now an opportunity here for Collinsville to add another run, give themselves a little bit of a cushion. That one's in there for a called strike. Two and one, the count. And the pitch. Swinging a foul ball over the press box again. I don't think I've seen that many balls come back here in one game as I have in this one. Backstop stopped one of them. One of them landed on top of the press box. A couple of them went over. A couple of them been on the right of us. And the 2-2. Swinging another foul ball. This one's going to be over the first base dugout. And we'll do another 2-2 delivery here from Muscarella to Parlberg. And here it is. High, ball 3, 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way. Swinging another foul ball right back here to me. I didn't bring my glove either. I don't even think I have a glove anymore. Oh, I used to play some softball back in the day. Gave that up for washer night. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul ball again. Well, I tell you what, that's a battle going on up there between Parlberg and Muscarella. new supply of baseballs to the home plate umpire. That one comes back into Muscarella, though, so umpire's bag was empty. And another 3-2 delivery to Parlberg. Stays high. That's a walk. Runners on first and second. Third walk of the afternoon issued by Muscarella. And here is Peyton Smith, who was the starting pitcher today, now playing first base. After being relieved by Bordoni. Bordoni did a nice job. One of those bases loaded walks scored the run, but all three of the runners on base were put there on walks by Smith. So that run was charged to her. Pitch by Muscarella, swinging another foul ball out of play. Umpire's going to need another fresh supply of softballs here in a moment. And a foul ball that stays at home plate. Runners on the corners. The 0-2 pitch to Smith on the way. Swing, and that might drop. No, it's going to go right into the glove. It stayed up just long enough for Buellman to track it down, and that will end the inning. But in the inning, Collinsville gets 2 more runs to come across the plate, and we will head to the top of the 6th inning with Collinsville now back out front by a score of 6-5, and we're back to tell you all about the 6th inning when we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all the accessories. Rich has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
Once again, we welcome you back here to the Collinsville Sports Complex. Dan Schaefer Field is where we are. Collinsville leads 6-5 as we get to the top of the 6th inning. Well, Bordoni trying to come in and pick up a save. As we're back to the top of the order, Lily Hinkhouse will lead things off. She has grounded out, reached on an error and scored, and knocked in a run with an RBI double back in that 3-run 4th inning. First pitch is in there for a strike for Bordoni. Oh, that one went over everyone's head. Batter, catcher, umpire. Why does this thing say my usage limit has been reached, but I'm still on the air? Tell you what, man, these hotspots. Yeah. I just clicked the button on to look at my battery and it says my usage limit has been reached, but I'm still on the air. Well, I got another one just in case that happens. If there is a next game, I don't know. And that one's outside. Ball 2. That'll even things out at 2-2. Hinkhouse looking for something, and that one's outside. Ball 3. Aubrey Bordoni delivers a 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And down on strikes will go Hinkhouse.
Lacey Fisher.
Second strikeout for Bordoni. Peyton Smith did not have any while she was in there. One away for Lacey Fisher, who has popped up, grounded out, and in between those two, she singled in a run. And the only run that Alton scored in the third. First pitch misses. And the next, a little bit low. Next one from Bordoni. It's on the way. Just misses again. 3-0. We're in the top of the sixth. Collinsville with a lead, but there's another walk.
First baseman number 15.
Second one issued by Bordoni. The first one, when she came on in relief and had the bases loaded, sent in at that time the go-ahead run. So runner on first, one away for Izzy Hernandez. Hernandez has singled, flew out, and grounded out. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Flew out. So officially 1 for 3 on the afternoon for Hernandez. That one just misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Lacey Fisher, one of the rare Lady Redbirds that does not have a stolen base this year. That one's outside. Squaring around to bunt was Hernandez, but she pulled it back. Two and one, the count to Fisher. Bordoni ready with the 2-1. Here it is. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Almost running out of places to put my soda to keep it from getting hot. Bordoni ready with a 2-2 delivery. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's heading to the outfield, and I don't think that Ali Vilef acted like she couldn't see it. The sun's off to her right.
Next up, left fielder number 9.
But it's going to go down as a base hit. And now there's runners on first and second. Fifth base hit of the afternoon for Alton. One away. And here's the cleanup hitter, Mackenzie Rayfield. Rayfield has reached on a fielder's choice, walked, and grounded out back to the pitcher. Bordoni pitches. Ooh, foul ball tip that hit the umpire right in the mask. He says thumbs up. He's ready to go. Probably scares you more than anything. Two on, one out. Collinsville would love to turn their fifth double play of the year. That one's outside and low. Ball 1, 1-1. Bordoni ready, and a swing and a foul ball out of play. Bordoni brings in. That one bounces in front of home plate. I think she just let that one go a little too soon. 2-2. Here's the next pitch. Strike 3 called. That hits the outside corner. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Third strikeout for Bordoni. And that will bring in Sophia Hannikin. Hannikin has reached base twice, scored both times. Once on an error, once on a walk. Other than that, she popped up to Faith Fairchild. That was way back in the second inning. That ball is in the dirt off of home plate, so both runners are going to advance. And the tying run now at third base, and the go-ahead run down at second. How about another popped up to Faith Fairchild? I'll take that. Pitch by Bordoni, up high, ball 2. Two and 0. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Top of the 6th, 1-run game here. Bordoni pitches. Outside and high. Bordoni ready with a 3-0 pitch. Needs to bring one down the middle, and she does not. It's inside. And now the bases are loaded. 2 walks and a single. Have loaded the bases here. That'll bring up Gabby Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 2 with a walk. 2 groundouts, 1 to Fairchild and 1 a bunt that stayed in front of home plate. And Trice threw her out back in the 4th. Nowhere to put her. Got to bring it home, and that one just misses too. Bordoni ready with the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Strike right down the middle. Throw down to first, and it hits the runner. Looks like right in the ribs or the hip. 1-1. That is Sophia Hannikin down there. She appears to be okay. Another fresh supply of softballs delivered. One ball, 1 strike to count to Gabby Gonzalez. Bordoni ready to go. Pitch, swing, and a foul ball that spun up and hit Gonzalez after it hit home plate. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Bordoni 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning with no further damage done. And the 1-2 pitch from Bordoni on the way. Swinging a base hit. That's going to score 1. And that's going to do it as Ali Vilif comes up with it pretty quickly, but we are now tied.
Next up, pitcher number 3.
Every time Collinsville comes back to take the lead or tie things up, Alton scores another run. Let's keep it at that. Base is still loaded, though, and here is Kinley Muscarella, the pitcher. Muscarella has reached base twice on a walk and a fielder's choice. Stranded once, actually twice, and then grounded out to Peyton Smith back in the 4th. And a pitch. Strike called. 1-1. Two and 1 the count. Next from Bordoni to Muscarella is high. 3-1. And again, Bases are loaded, nowhere to put her. Three and one the count. Bordoni pitches, swing, and a foul ball out of play. Well, now I see Cahokia. They're here. They are sitting in the stands down the third or first base side next to the Alton dugout. And Bordoni brings it. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Muscarella, and that'll end the inning. But not before another run comes home. And we are now tied at 6-6 as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning. Collinsville will have to battle back once again, and we'll tell you all about that effort when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420.
Once again, we welcome you back here to the Collinsville Sports Complex. Todd Duke is my name. And we are at 5:45. That's when the game against Cahokia was scheduled to start. So we're going to be a little late as we still have senior festivities to get through at the end of this one. And we have a new pitcher for Alton as they bring in Sydney Moore to take the place of Muscarella. Sydney Moore was the designated player, so no change in the lineup. Just a change in the pitcher. Sydney Moore, 1-5 on the year, has a 7.55 earned run average with 29 2/3 of an inning pitched. She has struck out 27 and walked 26 on the year. And Faith Fairchild will lead things off.
Number 4, Sydney Moore.
It'll be Faith Fairchild, Presley Thomas, then back to the top of the order, and Ava Munoz.
Number 16,
Fairchild has struck out and fouled out here in this game. And we are tied at 6. Strike called. And the pitch, ball 1. 1-1. It'd be nice if Cahokia could bring us up a starting lineup up here while we are waiting the end of this game, so at least we'll be ready after this game ends. 2-1 the count to Faith Fairchild. Moore checks the wristband. And the pitch, high. Ball 2. Moore ready to go once again. And the pitch is inside. And a leadoff walk for Collinsville. Presley Thomas will have a chance to either move a runner over or bring one in. Thomas has 2 base hits today. One of them scored a run, and in the other one, she scored a run herself. Fairchild has stolen 9 bases on the year and been caught once, and that one's in there for a strike. Fairchild looked like she wanted to go. Moore. Ready with an 0-1. That one's in the dirt. Skips all the way back to the screen. And a wild pitch will allow Fairchild to go down to second base. Muscarella, while she was out there, walked 3, struck out 4. Had a wild pitch herself. And now the go-ahead run at second base. And a turnaround bunt, and then taking it back was Presley Thomas. Ava Muniz waits on deck. Presley Thomas would like to get a third base hit and retake the lead here, but she's going to bunt instead. And right to the pitcher Moore, who throws over to first base for the out, so the sacrifice worked.
Center fielder number 12,
Away goes 1-3 for out number 1. And Ava Muniz with an RBI opportunity here. Ava has reached on a fielder's choice and singled, scored both times that she was on base, stole a base each time she was on base as well. Other than that, a pop-up to first, or excuse me, a grounder to Izzy Hernandez at first base, went 3 unassisted. That was back in the first inning. First pitch by Moore misses. Infielders play in for the play at the plate. Here's the pitch, swinging a high fly ball. This one is going to get out of play back behind the Kahawks dugout. I saw all the brain trust here earlier, man. Clay Smith, Dr. Skirtich, Kevin Robinson was here. That one's high and outside. I know that Clay probably already went back to the high school for that soccer game, which the JV game is probably halfway through the second half. 2-1 pitch on the way, and that one stays high, 3-1. Lights have already been turned on here. I have no idea why. It is bright and sunny. Maybe whoever's in charge of the lights left for the day. That one gets away over the catcher's head, but it bounces off of the backstop. And that allowed, Fairchild had to stay at third base. Muniz made it all the way down to second on that pitch because they weren't really paying attention.
Designated player number 4, Ava.
So a walk by Moore. Her second here in this inning. And Collinsville has runners on second and third. Here is Ava Demetrulius, and a swing and a miss by Ava. Ava has walked, singled, scored, also knocked in a run on a ground out back in the third. That was a ground out to the shortstop, Lily Hinkhouse. 0-1 the count to Demetrulius. There's one out in the inning, so Collinsville with an opportunity here. And that one is in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2 to the Kahawk designated player today, Ava Demetrulius. How about a fly ball to the outfield? That should do it. Pitch outside, ball 1. And a pitch and a foul ball that'll keep Demetrulius up there. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Ava Demetrulius. Moore ready to pitch. Swinging a shot in the middle. There you go. One run's going to score. They're going to weave around the other, and no problem there as both Faith Fairchild and Ava Muniz score all the way over to third. is Ava Divatrilius, and she has a 2 RBI hit. And Collinsville retakes the lead
Next up, catcher number 10,
at
McKenna.
7. And here is McKenna Trice. Single by Dimitrulius. She took second and third on the throw home. As once that ball did make it home, it kind of got away from the catcher. And Trice fouls one into the glove of Gabby Gonzalez down the third base side. Still only one out. Another opportunity here. Trice is 0 for 3 today with 2 fouls and a foul pop-up on the infield. That was actually right over the third baseline, caught by Muscarella, and then 2 flyouts to center field, but one of those was an RBI sacrifice fly. The 0-1 up high. Moore ready with another. Ooh, on the inside corner, called strike. Nope, for certain I'm going to have to get this charger out for this hot spot. As long as it keeps working. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball foul this time. Throw home is going to be in time to get Dimitrulius. So that play goes 5-2. Trice reaches on the fielder's choice. And 2 away. Runner on at first base. And now Merlin Hartman will come in and run for Trice. And the first pitch is low, ball 1. Elks right now 8 runs on 8 hits. They lead by 2. Allen's on the outside corner. So as it stands right now, Collinsville just has to get Alton out in the top of the 7th, and this game will be over. One pitch on the way. Swinging a high one and a snap throw down to first, but back in there safely is Trice, or excuse me, Hartman. And the pitch is in the dirt. That one gets away, and Hartman's going to make her way down to second on a wild pitch. Second one here in this inning by Sydney Moore. So an RBI opportunity here for Bordoni. Here's the pitch. That one stays high. This time Aubrey didn't alpha at it. Full count. Allie Viloff waits on deck. Shortstop Hinkhouse wants to have a couple of words with Moore. That was quick. And the pitch, a little check swing, swing to Gonzalez and over, Hinkhouse over for the out. But Collinsville gets a couple more runs here in the bottom of the 6th, and we will now head to the 7th, and the Kahawks lead the Lady Redbirds by a score of 8-6, and we are back with the 7th inning in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Well, hey, welcome me back here to the Collinsville Sports Complex. Todd Duke is my name. Glad that you are with us. 6 in favor of Collinsville. All we need to do is get these Lady Redbirds out with no runs coming across, and Collinsville can walk away with a win here. And they will do so at the bottom of the order. Sydney Moore, who just took over the pitching duties, will lead things off, and will do so by looking at a strike. Moore has walked twice, scored once, and lined out once. So officially, 0 for 1 on the day. Ella Buellman on deck, and then back to the top of the order, and Lily Hinkhouse. That one stays a little high, 1-1. And a little dribbler. That's going to go to Smith, but it pops out of her glove, and already across first base was Sydney Moore. So the 4th error of the day for Collinsville.
Next up, center fielder number 13.
And now the tying run will come to the plate. That is going to be Ella Buellman. Buellman has reached on an error, singled in a run, and struck out. Also scored when she singled in that run. That was back in the 3-run 4th inning. First pitch misses. And the 1-0 from Bordoni, forthcoming. Here it is. Stays high as well. Runner at first, nobody down. 3 little outs is all we need to pull out a win here. And that one's high and outside and tips off with a glove. So a passed ball by Trice. And the runner down at second base. That runner is not important. Anyone else gets on, those are the important ones. There's the 3-0. That one's too low. Third walk issued by Bordoni. We'll put runners on first and second. Meeting in the circle, Amy Flowers and all of the infielders and the battery as well. Six o'clock, kids. We've already been at this for a couple of hours, and we still have another game to go after we celebrate the seniors. Bordoni ready to go against Lily Hinkhouse. And the pitch is high. Hinkhouse has grounded out, reached on an error, and scored. Knocked in a run with an RBI double in the 4th, and then struck out in her last at bat in the 6th. Bordoni pitches one outside. Aubrey trying to settle down a bit and throw a strike. That one skips into the dirt, and the runners are going to, oh man, well, they were going to stay. And then Trice tried to fire down to Peyton Smith. And while she did that, Moore went over to third. So now runners on the corners. Tying run is on at first base. Go ahead run is at the plate with a 3-0 count in her favor, and that one's a called strike. And in the meanwhile, Buellman takes second. Catcher's indifference there. But that's the tying run, and there's nobody out. Pitch. Strike called again. Come on, Aubrey, bear down. Hinkhouse twice thought she had a walk. 3-2 pitch from Bordoni on the way. Swing and a miss, and that'll set her up for the strikeout. That's what happens when you get caught.
Catcher number 26, Lacey Fisher.
One away. And that'll bring up Lacey Fisher. A double play would end this game. Fisher is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. A pop-up and a ground out in between that. She had an RBI single, and thankfully that pitch bounced very quickly off the backstop and right back to Trice, and that did not allow Moore to come home. But it's 1-0 now to Fisher. Fisher grounds to Fairchild, who throws over to first for the out. And Collinsville now 1 out away from picking up this victory. And here is Izzy Hernandez.
Number 15, Izzy Hernandez.
Hernandez has 2 singles, one in the first, one in the sixth. In between that, 2 outs, a fly out and a ground out. Bordoni bearing down. That's a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1, outside and high, ball 1, 1-1. As soon as this game is over, we are going to end it without any fanfare. I'll give you the final score. That's about it. So we can get ready for the next game against Cahokia and come back in time for the senior day festivities. 1-1 pitch. Ooh, that one's inside. That one was close to hitting her. 2-1. Bordoni needs to bear down once again. And the pitch. That one's high. 3-1. Oh, come on. Oh, boy. Run comes home because no one's paying attention after the throw back from catcher to pitcher got away. Man, oh, man. Buellman stayed at second. 2-2, the count to Izzy Hernandez. 5th error of the game by Collinsville. That one's inside. 3-2. Bordoni pitches. Ugh.
Left fielder number 9, Mackenzie Rayfield.
Runners on first and second with 2 away. And Mackenzie Rayfield, who has reached on a fielder's choice, walked, rounded out, and struck out in this game. Tying run down at second base. Go ahead run on at first. Collinsville needs one more out to pick up a win. Bordoni throws one outside and low. First and second, 2 away. Pitch, swing and a miss. One ball, one strike to count. Bordoni ready to go. Pitch outside. Two-one pitch from Bordoni on the way. High, ball 3. Bordoni ready to go with another. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a little slow roller down the third base line. Everybody's going to be safe. That was just like a bunt. Bases are loaded. Sixth hit of the afternoon for Alton. And our Bordoni's going to have to get out Sophia Hannikin to pick up this win. Hannikin has been on base her last 3 times, reached on an error, walked twice, scored twice. Before that, she popped up to lead off the second. Just high on that one. One 0. Bordoni. Strike on the inside corner. 1-1. Bases juiced. 2 away. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul ball. Strike 2. 1 strike away from picking up this hard-earned win if we do indeed do that. All scoring has taken place in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings here. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. To Hannikin. Bordoni, ready to go. Brings it home. Inside, ball 2. A off-speed delivery there. Trying to catch Hannikin looking for a fastball. Two-two pitch from Bordoni on the way. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen. Keeps her alive. Another 2-2 delivery from Bordoni to Hannikin. Here it is. Outside. Ball 3. Full count. Bases loaded. Bordoni needs to throw a strike here, and here comes the pitch. Walked her. We are tied at 8.
Next up, third baseman number 6, Gabby Gonzalez.
There's Gabby Gonzalez. Gonzalez has walked and singled her in the last 2 at-bats, grounded out in her first 2 at-bats. Bordoni pitches high. Base is still loaded. 8-8, 2 outs. Collinsville trying to escape this inning with a tie game now. And another one to tie. And a pitch, strike called, 2-1. I have never done a game here under the lights, but I have a feeling I'm going to be doing one here in a little while. 2-1 the count. And the pitch by Bordoni, swinging a pop fly. This one is going to be foul, and no one can get there. Nice try, though, by Presley Thomas at second base. And the count now 2-2. Bordoni ready with that 2-2 pitch, and it's in the dirt. That's off of the shoe. Actually hit Gonzalez. So that will bring in the go-ahead run.
Next up, pitcher number 3, Finley Muscarella.
Alton now out front, 9-8. Here is Kinley Mascarella, who was the starting pitcher, now the designated player. She is the 9th Lady Redbird to bat here in this inning. First pitch misses, and the next on the way. Right down the middle. And the pitch by Bordoni. Strike 2 called. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Mascarelli, and she fouls one off. There's 2 outs. So that was not a foul. That was a swing and a ball that got away, and luckily, Trice tagged out Mascarelli before Rayfield can come down and score. So the inning comes to a close, but not before 3 runs come across the plate, and now Collinsville will need 1 to tie and 2 to walk it off, and we'll see if they can do that as the bottom of the 7th comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022. Looking for something to get your student involved in? Maybe joining the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team is that something. Created in 2017, the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team has joined a long line of area schools in one of the fastest growing and safest sports in the country. Trap shooting is a fun, team-oriented outdoor sport that offers friendship, competition, and teamwork, all in a safe and fun environment that encourages students to be part of a team in which they will learn valuable skills and are encouraged to engage in community involvement through volunteering and mentoring. If Collinsville Trap sounds like something your student would be interested in, call Collinsville Trap at 618-795-9893 or visit Collinsville Kahok Trap on Facebook, 618-795-9893.
Allie Vielef will lead things off here. It'll be the middle of the order for Collinsville. Vielef, Parlberg, and Smith. The only three that did not get to the plate in the 6th inning. As Moore goes back to work. First 2 miss. Collinsville down by 1. They need 1 to tie it and 2 to walk it off. 2-0 pitch on the way. That one's a strike. Vielef has 2 singles, a run scored, and a strikeout here this afternoon. Pitch, swing and a miss. Two and two. And the pitch. Up high. Vila thought about swinging at that. Well, every time Alton has scored, Collinsville has scored. Well, this time, Alton has scored 3. That's the second time this afternoon that Alton has scored 3 runs in an inning. They did that in the 4th. And then the last half inning, the 7th, Collinsville has scored 2 runs in each of the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. And amazingly enough, it could be a lot worse. Alton has stranded 13 base runners here this afternoon. Collinsville has left 5 on at this point. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes will go Allie Vielef. First strikeout for Moore. And here is Lily Parlberg. Lily on the afternoon has walked twice, reached on an error once, and scored 1 run. That was back in the 2-run 4th inning. Swing and a miss. Moore walked a couple in her first inning of work, and she did not have a strikeout up until she struck out Vielef. Pitch. Up high, ball 1. Moore in her second inning of work now. Pitch inside, ball 2. 2-1. Peyton Smith waits on deck. And that one's inside. I would imagine by now that they are probably getting ready for the senior ceremonies over there for the Lady Kahok soccer team at Kahok Stadium. Timeout called. Everybody wants to talk things over on the infield. Parlberg up there with the count in her favor, 3-1. Here's the pitch by Moore. That one's right down the middle. Full count. Three and 2 the count to Lily Parlberg. The pitch by Moore, swinging a high fly ball on the infield. Moving in is Hennigan, and she pulls it down for out number 2. And now Alton 1 out away from winning this game. Collinsville was 1 out away. They were 1 strike away from pulling out a win in the top of the 7th. Here is Peyton Smith. Smith is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Pitch by Moore. Hits her. Right in the elbow. So the tying run is now on at first base. And it'll be up to Faith Fairchild for Collinsville to keep this game moving. We're going to have a courtesy runner. It's going to be C.C. Swisher, who is going to come in and run for Collinsville. Now Smith still holding on to that left elbow.
Kahok's number 17, CC Swisher.
Shaking her head that she's okay. But she's holding that elbow the whole walk up. And pitch, and the runner is going to try to steal second and come back to first. CC Swisher has stolen one base on the year. Faith Fairchild walked and scored in that 2-run sixth inning. Other than that, a pop out in foul territory and a strikeout. The senior swings and grounds one past Amy Fowler down the third base side. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. CC Swisher, another one of the fabulous freshmen. $11 freshmen playing Lady Kahok softball this year. Most of them on the varsity side. That one's high. Moore. Here's the 5-1-1 called out from her head coach, and then looks her thing, and a swing and a miss by Fairchild will run the count 2-2. Sydney Moore back in the circle, pitches, strike on the outside corner of the plate. And that is going to do it for this one. Alton will win this game by a score of 9-8. And that will do it for us as we get ready to take a break and then bring you the senior activities as well as another game as Collinsville will take on Cahokia next. And we will do all that here in just a little bit on the Kahok Sports Network.